Yeah, it's not that big. It seriously is probably about a 40 or 50 pound lobster, which is still humongous for a lobster.
That's just as ridiculous. 50-pound lobster.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a picture of it and send it to you. I'll take a picture while I'm there. It's huge.
Well, now you're gonna have to bring it back, and we're gonna have to show it on stream because people might want to see it because now you've talked about it.
Oh, large lobster? Yeah, you can do that.
All right, the table is coming up. All right, which card is not? I just did this one earlier. Oh no, this is the other one. Did you redo Lieutenant Cameron's art, Kizik?
I have one right here. He looks too cool, and I don't know if I like it or not.
Well, can you send it to me because it doesn't like the Discord one.
Did you use the word villain in the prompt?
Ooh, yeah, he looks pretty cool. Why is he all cybernetic? Was he injured?
That was futuristic. But yes, 100%.
You're using Bing and Copilot, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a tendency to be like, if you tell it anything futuristic, it's like, oh, well, obviously everything must be made of metal. It's a weird thing that it does. But we'll take that for the time being. You're welcome to update it and change it later. But I do need a Lieutenant Cameron today.
That's not Lieutenant Cameron, but I want to be and know this individual.
You want to be and know this individual?
How'd that work?
Or I don't know if you could be and know them, like you would get to know them as you were taking over their like limbic functions and slowly become them.
Is this your next character? You're gonna make a backup character?
He's a parasite. He's that stomach parasite. He's
Yeah,
take over
my
people.
Gary worm.
You're the only one with a Gary worm left.
Now he is Gary, and he's gotta like pass on to other people.
So, let's go ahead and do a recap.
We were Judge Dredd.
You were Judge Dredd. You were all Judge Dredd. The captain was very badly injured while being Judge Dredd.
Yep. I blasted the guy's mustache off.
Yes, you did.
That was awesome.
I told the guy whose mustache you blasted off that it happened, and he facepalmed. And it was hilarious. Everyone but him laughed. Yes, you guys did. So you guys are heroes here above Elise, which is right at the top of this little cluster of planets. You guys, first you came in and saved a convoy from a pirate raid. Then you went off and you saved the world from a WMD that was going to wipe it out. Then you went down to the planet and solved their gang problem. You have done great service for this tiny little backwater world, and had quite a few adventures here. And right now, your ship's sitting in dry dock, being basically repaired for free. Now, there are a couple of caveats. Your little Judge Dredd experience means that you guys are no longer allowed to go back down to the planet. The idea of the program was to bring you guys in, have you clear the planet, and then have you leave. This is partially to avoid the harsh feelings that may have come from the families of all the people you killed. And it's partially to preserve your impartiality. But however, you can't leave yet because the captain is in the hospital and the ship isn't finished being repaired. While the captain is in surgery, he was lucid enough to appoint Aiden his acting captain while he was in surgery.
Oh shit, congratulations, Aiden. That's great.
Oh,
Kind of
thank you.
kind of a nut shot here to the normal first in command, but I think he'll get over it.
Yeah, you talking about me?
Yeah. It's weird that Captain Holmes would just pass you up like that.
We spent a week in a small tube discussing the plans. I got my orders.
That's ominous. I love it.
That's interesting.
It's weird that he wouldn't tell the acting captain those same plans.
My orders are to fly the ship.
Well, that makes sense.
Stop talking to the girls on the crew.
Oh, yeah, you're supposed to stop talking to him.
Yeah, they didn't like it. Yeah. Oh, also, have we tried sharing vision with each other? I got a cool new tech toy. I'm using it for everything. Hey, check this out.
Oh, that's weird. What? It's in my brain. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is what I look like in the mirror. Wait, that's kind of like... No, that's not what you see, because it's me seeing me in the mirror, so it's still flipped.
This is the weirdest shit.
Yeah,
all right.
Get this.
I'm looking up whether or not, because this is one of those things that it's great flavor, but if I allow you to send video and that implant doesn't do it, I'm forever fucked.
I thought it said audio visual.
Yeah, but you don't have a camera in your eye.
Yep, we don't have a microphone in our eye. Or in our mouth.
You have part of the implant is actually subdermal. It does spell out that you have a microphone. It does not spell out that you have a camera. Video can be sent without taking your vision. Like, you can have a video file and send it. That's not the same.
I thought that's what he did anyway.
Hold on. I do wish that you'd get here 15 minutes early and ask these questions before before we start the episode, though.
And here I am just improving. Yes, and okay,
Yes,
let's just do this.
yeah.
Yes, and
It works. Yes, and works great for short campaigns.
right. Yeah,
You have to
that's
play
how
by
I doom myself.
You have to play by the rule book if you want to do a longer campaign.
Makes perfect sense. Cap Maiden, have you figured out what we're doing tonight?
Since I haven't given you the hook yet, he has not.
I just like giving up shit.
Yeah, I see you always doing stuff like that to me, man. And of course, I was AFK for a minute, so I come back, put my headset on, and I'm like, huh, what? What the heck did I miss?
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
59. Yep, at tech level 12, the visual cortex allows a full overlay of augmented reality and input of visual data. It can see through your eyes, and it can overlay a HUD on your eyes. You can't even close your eyes to stop the video that he's broadcasting to you.
Oh no.
Oh, we're gonna eventually go insane.
Frank hates that. Oh no.
I can see you guys opening up, and as a matter of fact, we'll do this. We're going to open up with having a crew meeting where you guys are like, all right, new rule, no more phone in the bathroom.
Right? Yeah, and if we're going to go ahead and talk about stuff, we should go ahead and unpair each other maybe after 8 o'clock at night for a little while. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have to accept it. You can just leave me on unread.
Okay.
Unviewed.
Yep, first thing you wake up to.
Oh yeah.
So I have one more piece of housekeeping, and that is that in front of you is a space station, obviously. I am going to use this for every highport / space station. And that's just a metagame thing for you guys, players, to keep track of, so you don't say, oh, well, I went to Gilgamesh Arms last time and blah, 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 blah. it's going to be different on each station. So keep that in mind, that the places of interest, you might as well just ignore that and listen to how I describe the station and not use the map for that. With that said, we are going to use the map as a basic reference in that this is what a high port looks like. And the reason for that is the same reason that I used to use the cantinas, or still use the cantinas, that, like, there's obviously a cantina in every planet, but making one for each individual planet out of the hundreds of planets you guys have visited over the course of Edge of the Empire and Traveler is impossible. And a complete waste of my time from a storytelling perspective. So this is where I ask you as players to suspend your disbelief ever so slightly and remember that there may be indiscrepancies from one of these maps to the other. With that said, you want to find yourself a place like the Red Spot Inn or blah, 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 the places of interest, a place like it, just say I'm looking for that, and likely a place like that will be there, and it will very likely be in the spot that that place was. It just won't be the exact same place.
Gotcha. But on the Stranger, it being a 400-tonner, we'd be on one of these 400-ton hangars, or it's in a dry dock somewhere else?
So I was going to say that it is in one of the 400-ton hangars. There could definitely be an argument that it's in a 1,000-ton hangar because it's being worked on. I think that the type of work you would need would not require it to be out of its normal size hangar. They're not taking pieces on and off. They're patching what's there.
Right.
So, okay, so there's going to be a couple of scenes here. You guys, you can either be in one of the hotels on the high port, which would be provided to you pro bono because, like I said, you guys are heroes. Or you could be on your quarters on the ship, realizing that it is a current construction site and it will sound like it. Like 24 hours a day, you're going to be hearing like hammers hitting the hull.
If the hotel is pro bono, is the room service pro bono?
Yeah, right now you guys can live like kings.
I'm in the hotel.
The one thing for Kizik's character specifically that's going to be a problem is every channel you flip to has Lieutenant Cameron on the screen, on the this world's equivalent of Oprah, talking about how he struggled with his addiction and there was a pusher who set him up, and basically he's talking shit about Luca's character. He doesn't call Luca out by name, but Luca knows who he's talking about. And every bad thing that ever happened in this guy's life, according to his sob story that he's telling the media that he was just eating it up, is all Luca's fault. And he has turned himself into this hero, and he's vowed to clean up the system. So he can't go back down to the planet just like you guys. He was a judge. So he's going to start hunting pirates in the system. That's his stated goal. So why don't each of you give me a quick vignette of what you're doing? This is, say, a week after the events of the last episode. That way I'll give you a quick opportunity to fill in any things you wanted to have taken care of before we get to the next hook. We'll start with Kizik because he's on top.
So Luca has spent a lot of time in the bar. He tried to drink with the other pilot. His name is Ray. I don't think he's drinking. Ray's successfully avoided drinking. He's on the sobriety wagon right now. So that made Luca even more frustrated. He did find what's his name? He found Frank and was like, Frank, are we drinking? And I don't know if Frank drank with him.
Hell yeah, I did.
All right, Frank and I had a couple of drunken kick spades. We did some gambling. I did some gambling. I don't know if Frank is going to gamble with me.
Hell yeah, I will. You going to tell me all about that damn Cameron guy?
Oh, yeah. Just every show that comes on, I'll throw a bottle at the TV or try to. Oh, I'm actively hacking TV channels so that they stop playing whenever I'm around.
Why don't we just go down there and shoot the guy?
I mean,
he's not down there. He's on this station.
Yeah, he's on this station. We just march all over. You just go shoot him. Fuck.
Just kill him because he's lying to all of these people? I think
No,
people
kill
would
him
be
because
real
he's
mad.
kill him because he's a piece of shit, not because he's lying. You already have a problem with him.
I don't have I don't have a lot of willpower to say no, and if you're just gonna go shoot a guy, we might end up just going and shooting a guy.
Well, let me tell you something that I haven't told too many people. I did tell the captain before he got hurt. I'm pretty good at killing people, if I don't say so, or I do say so myself. And as my father used to say, if you're good at something, never do it for free. But since you're my friend, I think we should. And I will do it for free.
No, I gotta pay you something.
Pay me in a good time. This is a goddamn adventure. Let's go get Captain Maiden and go down there and plug a dude.
Okay, I know I haven't gotten to Thodubs yet, but I'm going to pause you guys at this conversation because it's just the ideal moment to do something. So, really quickly, I'm going to go to Thodubs and say, during this week, what has Aiden been doing while he's been in command?
So during this week, I've been I've been enjoying my comp time at the hotel. Also, I've been trying to. I wanted to get an opportunity to actually walk around the station, actually get a kind of a lay of the land, learn where everything was at, take a look and see where stuff was going on. I also did order several pizzas from different joints that said they were the best ones, and I'm doing my own little personal figuring out which one's the best. There's
only one pizza place on the station that does space cone and pineapple pizza, or space cone and whatever we called it. Hold on, I have to find the card now. Space ham and cone apple pizza. There's only one place that does it.
Okay, if there's only one place, that kind of just ruins my whole concept there. But yeah, so I went there and picked up their pizza. But again, the idea was just I wanted to get a lay of the area and get a feel for what's going on. I also wanted to make sure I knew where the ship was and being able to follow up on its status as well.
Okay, so you're busy being I'm the captain and I'm eating my favorite pizza, and I'm gonna say that these guys are having this conversation in the bar at the we're gonna say the Red Spot Inn. Okay. And you walk in with a pizza in hand, see them talking. You walk up and you walk in on this part of the conversation where they're talking about going over there and killing this guy.
Yeah, we'll just go on over there. We'll get Captain Maiden. Oh, shit, look, it's Captain Maiden. Speak of the fucking devil. Aiden, come here. And then very conspiratorially whispering.
Hey guys, so what you doing? I'm a little nervous now since you got me whispering and coming over here. What's up?
We're gonna go kill Lieutenant Cameron.
Yeah.
What? You're gonna do what?
Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
That guy that's been on the TV? Yeah, we're gonna kill him.
So, you're because he's saying stuff? Is that why we're gonna kill him?
Because he ruined my life. He got me kicked out of the military, and he's clearly lying about all of the things that I've ever done. Did I give him drugs? Yes. Did he ask for drugs? Yes. Did he ask for more drugs after I gave them to him? Also, yes. Did we race and have a good time in helicopters? All the time.
So what did he lie about?
He's saying that I got him addicted to these drugs and he's got to clean up the things. These aren't the bad drugs. These are the drugs that help you like fly a helicopter at 4 a.m. after being up for 3 straight days.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can understand your feelings. Different thought. We just let him kind of make himself look stupid and do his own thing, you know?
Yeah, he looks so stupid being the hero of this fucking planet.
All right, we got 1 vote. No. Well, he's captain. Does he counts as 2 votes, right? Well, I guess do we vote, Captain Maiden?
I don't know if we should really vote on killing somebody. You know, we're kind of in a pretty good place ourselves. And I mean, what's going to happen? I mean, we start going out and killing people. I mean, how's that going to look? And of course, here's the thing too: if this guy is actually considered to be a hero, how's he going to look once we kill him?
We're heroes too.
Well,
Mate, okay, all right.
I understand. It doesn't look like a good idea for us to go killing a perceived hero, even though we know he's full of a bunch of crap.
Aiden, is this the first time that you've been captain?
This is the first time that I have been captain. Yes.
Okay. I can understand why you wouldn't want to authorize a seek and destroy mission as your first time as captain. I could totally understand that. This still is probably the right thing to do. Cameron, how long have you known Cameron, Mr. Boaz?
15 years.
And he's been a dick for 15 years?
Yes.
Okay. He's probably not going to stop anytime soon. How often have you seen him in those 15 years? It's a big spiral out there.
This is a huge, like, the serendipity that we're on the same planet right now, that he happened to, that you saw how mysterious like, all of his footage is cut out. Ours, we can be successfully judged. Him, he cannot be successfully judged. So let's go judge him.
You're not judges anymore. Speaking of serendipity, Kizik, roll perception.
I rolled boxcars.
Oh, excellent. Walking
What a roll.
into the bar is this person, if you can remember who they are.
Oh dear.
How's your
Holy
brother's?
shit,
Yeah.
that's my brother's girlfriend. I'm a little bit hammered right now. I'm gonna say, Stacy, come here.
Stacy has walked into the bar. She has noticed you. You say, you drunkenly say, Stacy, come here. And as she walks up, the waitress coming by asks if she wants a drink. And she orders a very hard drink. And kind of slumps down in the chair next to you, next to Luca. And she gives Luca a hug.
I went for the handshake. She gave me the hug. I still hold my hand out, and I'm trying to give her the other. And I go, waiter, she needs two.
Yeah, she does. Well, she also holds the hug for quite a few moments. And when she lets go, she's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It. Believe it or not, this motherfucker right here pushed his body onto the ground and pulled me away from the explosion. Frank, thanks for saving my life.
If I had a camera on, dude, and you saw my face right now, oh man. Okay. Hi, I'm Frank, and I'll hold my hand out to Stacy.
Stacy looks a bit conflicted by the description that Luca just gave, but
Yeah.
judging by the ending of his description, Stacy shakes Frank's hand and says, "It's nice to meet you. I'm Stacy Valentine. I'm with the Valentine brokerage. I was tracking a bounty when I came in system, found out you guys were here, and then immediately heard about Taylor.
I'm sorry for your loss."
And she kind of looks away for a minute. She's having an emotional time. Obviously, she didn't know Taylor as long as Luca did, but she has also just found out about Taylor.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh.
She's like, so I was looking through the news feeds. You guys are heroes. You did some amazing things, and the Valentine brokerage office sent me a whole bunch of information on that nanovirus you guys took care of. That was amazing. I'm not sure I agree with my uncle's assisting with this street judge thing, but he is the boss. So, and you guys were pretty involved in that, and I know he has faith in you guys, and I do too. What are you guys?
Said your uncle? What?
Tychus Valentine. Oh, you're new here, Frank. I'm the one who runs Valentine. The Valentine brokerage is my uncle, and I'm one of the chief agents.
Okay.
So I get a little bit of inside information. He's kind of grooming me to take over one day.
He was here, right? We saw him here.
Yes, you did. You met Tychus Valentine.
Right. Nice guy. He firm handshake. He was here not too long ago. It's been about a week to 2 weeks now.
Yeah, he's still in the system. He's overseeing a couple of refits of our vessels. We have a deal with the starport here. So since you guys are in system, how would you like to help me track down a fugitive from the law?
Stacy, why don't you have another drink? We were just talking about doing a job ourselves.
Okay. What kind of job?
Well, it's a little cleanup job.
We were talking about that, huh? Still?
Well, no, I guess not.
I mean, we can still talk about it.
Oh, she's we can talk about it around Stacy here.
I mean, my brother trusted Stacy a lot. Also, I'm gonna listen to Stacy first. If my brother would love to do a job with her, and then we can do that cleanup job later.
Okay, I'm not going to say no to spending time with a beautiful woman.
Stacy gives you a indulgent look, but one of those things where like you've said something that she should snap at you about, but she's not going to. So
punch him in the shoulder.
Yeah. So she's gonna be like, I am concerned about everything I just heard, but we're gonna put a pin in that for the time being. She's like, I came here hunting a very dangerous fugitive, and I happen to know that Luke is a crack pilot, which could be very helpful to this investigation.
Lucas sits up real tall.
So, there's a man who's been running the outlaw shuttle racing circuit in the local planets. And, his way of winning some of these has been to simply kill his competition. While the laws vary from planet to planet, and extrajudicial killing is generally considered to be murder, murder is generally considered to be illegal, and because it's multiple different star systems, the families of some of the victims have hired the Valentine brokerage to handle the situation. Since we are ourselves not bound by a lot of laws, and we have an office here in Elise. The gentleman in question, I can give you some details, goes by Carnage. His name is Josh Howard. She pulls out a data pad and she puts the picture of a man on the table for you to have a look at. He's not a really strong combatant outside of his ship. But he has a great tendency not just for flying ships, but for hacking ships together and modifying them, which in a shuttle racing circuit, as you can imagine, is very important. Anyway, I tracked him here because there's supposed to be a big outlaw race. Now, the race is illegal, so it's not like they post on the, on the data net the time and location and all that jazz. But my leads have said that somewhere here in orbit, there is going to be an illegal outlaw shuttle race. It's likely he's going to be there. It's also likely that he will strike again. And if we can figure out where this race is taking place, we might be able to get him. I was thinking maybe Luca could pose as a potential pilot and try to find himself like a way into the race. Or at least find out when the race or where the race is. If you guys are interested in helping me with that.
is like smiling out to his face. He goes, undercover racing, illegal racing. Oh man, Captain, can we do it?
It definitely does sound interesting, and definitely because looking at Luca's face, he's definitely getting excited off of this idea. So, what kind of danger is this looking into? I mean, do we have any other details about this race? I mean, we need to obviously find our way into it once it's here. And
Stacy's like, unfortunately, it just got here. Valentine Brokerage has a couple of leads on potential outlaw racing circuits. But I don't know which one of them he might be participating in. I will say that with all the gang violence you guys were, responsible for helping with, you're only going to be able to help with things that would be here in orbit. For the station, I understand that you've been banned from going back to the planet. So I would start in the slummiest bar on this station if it were me. I'm a known Valentine Brokerage agent here, so I can't just walk in. They'll know who I am and why I'm asking. So I will need a cutout. It also means that this is probably the last time we can be seen in public together until after this is resolved.
Well, that's a damn shame.
You hit in the shoulder again.
down boy.
You're gonna have a bruise there. So, she's like, if you guys are willing to do this, I mean, it can't possibly be more dangerous than storming the gangsters' holdout and killing their leader or capturing their leader. According to the news, you guys took on hundreds of, gang members in that battle.
No, this is true. Well, so I can definitely tell Luca and get his answer just kind of reading his face, and he's kind of blushing a little. He's kind of sweating over here a little bit too. He's kind of a little excited. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Hey, if this is what you guys want to end up doing, that's fine. It's not really my cup of tea. But as my father used to say, it's always somebody else's cup of tea that tastes the best. So get it while it's hot. This is what we should do. We should do it now. I'm all for it.
Okay. So I'm hearing kind of thumbs up from the three of us. I have no problem proceeding. So yeah, let's go ahead and kind of investigate the dingiest bar around here. We'll see what we can do. Do we have contact information that we can privately use for you, Stacy, to get additional information or details to you should that be needed?
Yeah, my comm codes have not changed from the last time we encountered each other. But
Can I get a copy?
But I can give you a refresher on our encryption, which would be valuable to us since you're going to be working undercover. And she pulls a data waiver out, puts it in her pad, taps a few buttons, slides it on the table towards Aiden. And it's like, all right, guys, I think the less we're seen together from this point on, the better. Please contact me when you have a lead.
Oh, wait. Hey, do you have like a race shuttle that we can use, or we got to build one or kludge one together ourselves?
I'll start working on the shuttle. Hopefully we won't need it. Hopefully we won't have to actually participate in the race.
Oh, damn it.
However, it is quite possible that you will have to do that, so I'll start working on it. If you guys start working on the lead, we got to know where the shuttle's got to go first, right?
One thing we might need to do too, and I don't know if we can work on that together or if it's something we might need help from Stacy or the Valentine Agency, but since Luca is going to be our pilot, we need to probably get some type of false papers or dossier for him, kind of giving out a bio of how awesome he is to kind of make him a number one target of this particular guy.
Stacy playfully winks at Aiden. Are you saying Luca isn't a crack pilot? That we would need to fake a set of credentials for him?
Oh, no. We just want to make him a little more notorious.
Wasn't he kicked out of the Alliance Navy for illegal racing? She looks at Luca.
Luca's just smiling.
Luca's a little dumbfounded over here. Okay, gotcha. Point made. Thanks, Stacy.
She walks off. She looks like she's in a little bit better spirits, having talked to you guys, gotten down to business a little bit.
She looks good going away and coming at us. I'm sure I'm gonna get another elbow, but I can't help it.
Yeah, this one's going right into your sternum.
What? Can I get another drink, please?
Okay, guys, it sounds like we got some marching orders, right? We're going someplace and doing some things. So I guess we need to find out which of one of the locations on this station would be the best place to gather information about this race.
So far, you guys are pretty much stuck to the hotel bars, which are, well, everybody knows what a hotel bar is. It's not exactly the grungiest dive on the place, and it really caters to outsiders more than anyone else. So, where do you want to start?
I guess we could ask the bartender, who might be a local, where another bar is, or the best grungy bar.
Okay. Well, you've definitely come to know the bartender here at the inn. And the bartender's name is Sam, and he is your stereotypical salt and pepper, like, not
So
old.
wearing a bow tie and a black vest.
He's not bow tie and black vest. He's more like old Western bartender. I mean, it's still a pretty nice formal place, but he's got that everybody's dad kind of thing going on. So, you know, if you're going to come up and add, like, how are you going to phrase the question?
Hey, Sam. I've got a question for you. There's got to be like a more local bar. I'm looking for more local flavor here on the space station. Is there? Not that I don't like you, Sam. It's just I told my buddies that we're gonna do like a little bit of rowdiness, and I don't want to have it here, Sam. Is there a local bar?
Sam looks at you. We're going to say he's getting a slightly wrong impression of what you're asking. He's like, yeah, I saw Miss Valentine come in here. She shot you down, didn't she, son? And yeah, you're looking for a little bit of local talent.
Oh, and he winks at me?
Yeah.
Sam, yeah. Yeah.
You know, I might know a place, but you know, it's a little bit rough, so you're gonna have to mind your P's and Q's, as it were. You've got to remember that a lot of the dock workers and station workers and personnel who are here who are local, you know, you're a tourist to them, and they will have a limited tolerance for shenanigans. But if you were a local and you were looking for that kind of a local place, you could probably go down to what's known as the boiler room. It's the lowest level of the station. It's past the industrial section. You can get to it from the main commercial elevators. But that said, the door guy might not let you in if you're looking for local talent. There are other places you could go on the station as well that don't necessarily cater to locals, that maybe you would receive a slightly warmer welcome.
Like where else could we go?
Well, what are you looking for specifically? I guess you said you were looking for, I'm going to call it companionship. It's a little hole in the wall that's out. If you take the main tram all the way out to the main external landing pad array, underneath the infrastructure, there is a place called the Wild Ride. It's not going to say it on any signs. It's not going to be in the directory. It's all the way at the end of the tram. But you'll know it because it's where all the hot shot off-worlders go, and all the ladies who are looking for, you know, they're either looking for the next great pirate or ace or, you know, hero, or they're just looking for someone who will take them off-world because they can't afford to get off-world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was that place called? The Wild
Ride.
Ride. I knew a girl like that once. All right. Well, thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. It's good information.
Yeah,
and I leave him a tip.
He gives you one passing thing. He's like, you stay out of trouble, though, all right? Like,
oh, yeah, Sam, no problem.
How much do you tip him, just out of curiosity?
Like a tenor.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to my compatriots with some information. Boys, there's a place called the Boiler Room that can be pretty rough, and we might not get lit in because we're not local. Or there's a place called the Wild Ride, where there's a bunch of hotshot off-worlders that go to get pleasurable company. Either one sound up the right tree? Am I barking in the right spot? I guess we're really trying to find anybody that would know about the illegal racing. So maybe these hotshot off-worlders, right?
That sound like racers. It's not like a local here is gonna be deep into the underground racing that's going multiple systems.
Right.
So kind of missed that. You said it did or it didn't. So it did kind of sound like that might be a place where off-worlding racers might go to, but again, for illegal activities, I don't know.
Well, I think that we should check it out. It sounds like it's right up our alley. It's at the end of the tram line. We got to go all the way to the end, and then it's up under and in the infrastructure. It's not marked at all, but it's called the Wild Ride.
Sounds like the Wild Ride might be something easier for us to get into than the Boiler Room, since we're not exactly locals. But
yeah, I agree.
What are your thoughts, guys?
Yeah,
Bringing weapons.
are we bringing weapons?
Are there weapons on this station?
So there are limited weapons allowed on the station. You may have stunners. You may have melee weapons of a small variety. So you can't have a sword, but you can have a knife. Or you can have a club. You can have stunners because they're non-lethal, and pretty much any non-lethal weaponry is allowed. Because it's a space station, no weapons that could penetrate the hull, that could possibly penetrate the hull, are allowed. And it's also a high-level world. With that said, you could try to leverage your hero status to let someone to be like, hey, can I sneak this pistol on board? But that's something you'd have to go back to your ship and try to do that.
So I'm hearing stunners and knives is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Can I have given these Pris sunglasses over to the Blop?
Absolutely.
Sorry, those are supposed to be a gift. I think I got her flies. I don't remember if I did or not, but I tried to.
You had a week, so you would have had plenty of time to go get her flies. And Junkrat's going to be extremely grateful for those, because these Prius sunglasses are amazing.
It'll help her fix things, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm making friends. That's what I'm doing.
You're actually endearing yourself to the crew a little bit better than Taylor did.
That's true.
All right, with that being said, so I grabbed my knife along with my stunner.
Okay.
And got myself prepped up in that regard. I kind of think that's the best idea for all of us, is to go and stay as questionably legal as possible. But it's up to you guys. Let me know.
I've got a Model 12 Staser and a personal energy shield, so...
That Staser is super illegal.
Oh, shit. That's stunner, though.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Did you read the description?
Yeah, I read it. Yeah, okay.
Different strokes for different folks, you know?
It's illegal on normal planets.
It's hideable, I guess.
It is. If you want to try to smuggle it on board, we can talk about that.
He's having that conversation to the guard. No, it's a taser. It's a taser.
It says taser on the side of it.
S taser. That's what
S taser. Super taser. That's what it is. All right, that's fine.
As I'm holding my brother's longsword, going, no, this is just a knife.
They're sitting there. They've got like a stick with marks on it, and it doesn't even come up to the halfway point. He's like, yeah, it doesn't match a stick.
Yeah, I was going through my inventory. I've actually got myself a chain drive sword along with the arc field weapon. I
Yeah,
don't think I'd be able
But
to use those.
did you remember the condition of the chain drive sword?
The condition. Oh, that it wasn't actually fully functional yet. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to keep stuff like that in mind because I have notes on a lot of this stuff. And if you
But it
say,
was-
if you wait until the heat of combat and say I pull out my chain drive sword, I'm gonna be like, okay, well that's a great bludgeon. So you got
it looks evil. It
got-
looks scary.
gotta remember these notes.
Nope. No, I know. Okay, so everybody kind of geared up with what they want to bring.
I don't have anything that's small enough to come.
Is an air rifle illegal? It's probably
It-
illegal.
it's a rifle, so it's not actually
Yeah.
on the list. So if you want to try to convince them to let you bring the air rifle, you can try.
It's not considered a firearm, fellas.
It kind of reminded me of the Red Ryder BB gun, you know?
It's
Yeah.
going to be impossible to conceal it.
That's true.
It's an actual rifle. But you know, if you want to roll, I'll even give you a plus because I'll give you a +1 for being a hero and a +2 for the fact that you can argue it's not going to penetrate the hull.
True. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try it. It'll make me feel a lot better as Frank, actually. So yeah, I'd start it with it doesn't penetrate the hull. It is completely silent, and you know, we've got to defend ourselves. We're heroes. We've become targets, really. This is just a deterrent, guys.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
It wasn't you were trying to convince, but actually I'm waiting for his roll.
Oh, I know. I was just talking along like, okay, I'll buy that. Doesn't mean they will.
I was hoping to just RP it to the point where it didn't have to roll. 7.
I gave you a +2. What else did you
Yep.
want?
9.
Well, 9 is a pass.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't want to cheat here. I got a -1 social, so that's an 8. Yeah, it's an 8.
Okay. An 8 is still a pass. It's meet or
Sweet.
exceed. Okay.
Okay.
So the guy's gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and give you this thing saying that I have deemed that this is not a weapon that's on the restricted list. But I mean, you walk into a bar with that thing and they tell you can't have it. You got to respect the bar. I'm just saying, like,
Oh, yeah.
there are a lot of businesses that are not going to want someone with a rifle slung on their back coming in their establishment.
Yep, 100%. I get it. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and pump it up.
Nothing past 10, okay?
It is 10 minor actions. I'm going to... 10! Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
All right, I'm hearing thumbs up from everybody. Sounds like we're good to go. Start heading over there, I guess. Go ahead and lead the way, Frank.
Okay. So,
All right, we're going to get on the tram.
you guys get on this tram. So the tram that goes out to the docking area is the primary way in and out from the exterior landing pads. Most of the smallest ships dock out here. There are a couple of berths for capital ships and larger things. But obviously those aren't normally in use. So the smaller ships, the 100-tonners and the things like that, they tend to be pretty fast freelance ships themselves. So we're talking like scout ships, stuff like that. So as you're rolling down this tram, and it's this one right here, okay, you're coming through, you eventually find yourself all the way at the end of this thing. The tram comes to a stop at the last set of slides, and there are a few different areas you can go into, but the one that catches your eye is a stairwell that leads down to the lower infrastructure level. Guys, take that down, and the lighting becomes much less bright. It's obviously like not for general passenger use, but you can see that it's also well traveled, and you can hear the sounds of a rowdy establishment further down the hall. At the end of a maintenance corridor, There is a single, very burly gentleman standing in front of what is obviously the door to the source of the noise.
I'm going to approach this burly gentleman.
He looks you up and down and holds his hand out.
Sam sent us, said we could have a good time in here. Oh, is there a cover charge?
He holds his hand out and just leaves it out there. Kind of just raised a little bit of an eyebrow.
Can I do an insight or something?
Yeah, I mean, you can roll whatever you want. I mean, he's obvious. I think you've already hit it on the head. He's waiting for you to pay for him to let you through the door.
Right. I'm going to reach into my pocket and fish out another $10 chit and give it to him.
Yeah, he doesn't even flinch when you put that in his hand.
Oh, my compadres too. Yeah. You guys want to...
Luca reaches into his boot, and then he pulls out 300 gold chits. And he puts them one at a time into his hand.
You get to the end of the 3, and he takes his other hand and he waves with one finger. One more.
Luca looks back around. Then he takes a step back, reaches into his other boot, and he finds the last one.
The man kind of shakes the 400 credits in his hand and then steps aside and knocks 3 times on the door. The door opens and the volume exponentially increases as the door opens. You guys get your first look as you walk through this narrow hatchway into what used to be some sort of storage bay that has been turned into almost a cyberpunk-esque, grungy, but cyberpunk-esque, like, neon strip club. There's a live DJ. There's a huge dance floor. There's girls in cages. It's wild to think that this place exists in this little corner, and it is packed. This bar here, the Wild Ride, has at least 100 people in this room. There is smoke filling the room and tinging your eyes of every variety you can imagine. And then the back of the establishment is dominated by 2 huge bars and a large stage. Yep, it's exactly that.
Oh man, this place is bumping. You guys want to go get a drink?
Yeah. Let's find a nice shady corner to go sit down in.
Absolutely. Let's go, guys. Let's go find some stuff.
I've actually just changed it over to a slightly bit more club-esque music.
All right, we got to find us a table.
Okay. So you guys go in. It's packed in here, so finding a table is going to be a bit difficult. It looks like there's not a lot of chairs, actually. There's a lot of tables for you to, like, set your drinks down on, but almost everyone's standing. When you head towards the back, towards where the bars are, you will see there's little alcoves that have been cut out of the back. They actually look like they took cargo containers and just welded, like, what we would call sea containers onto the side and cut the ends off to make, like, little private booths. And in there are like couches and stuff, but there's curtains hanging in front of them. Most of those seem to be occupied. This place is completely packed.
Hey guys, while we're trying to look for a table, I think we need to start kind of eavesdropping on some conversations, see if we hear anything that's related to this type of race that's going on, to kind of give us a starting spot.
Did you say maybe we should split up, gang?
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but did you guys feel we need to
Frank
split
Knowles is already gone.
up? Frank's already gone. He's already. Yep. Okay.
Great.
I guess we're gonna split up.
That's a happy GM. All right, so Kizik. Luke is in this place. This is not the first time Luke has been in a place like this. What is Luca going for first?
Luca gets himself a drink, gets himself another drink, and then because there aren't any seats, he just jumps on a table, starts talking to people, and he's like, I'm bored, I just want to fly.
Okay. Are both the drinks for you, or do you offer... So there's a beautiful young woman at the table who's eyeing you up and notices you have 2 drinks.
I go to take a sip out of the second one and go, yeah, and I offer her one.
Awesome. All right. She's like, hey, I'm Liza.
Liza.
You said you just want to do some flying. You're a pilot?
Yeah, I've been cooped up on this. They've dry docked my big ship. I just want to fly. And yet the little shuttles just, man, I've been cooped up for too long.
Well, you've come to the right place. All about half the people you see in here are pilots, and there's some amazing flying to be had around here. And she sidles right up to Luca, like she's in physical contact with you. Up the bulk of her body, like she's clinging on at this point.
Oh man, I'm sitting on a table, so she's like in between my legs, looking up.
And yeah, she's very much like, yeah, I can tell you all about that. And now we're going to slide very quickly over to Ghost. Frank has come in here. I don't know if Frank has experience with establishments like this. I'm sure he's been in some dive bars and some places before, but
not a club like this.
Yeah,
I'm a farm boy. Smile ear to ear. I'm bumping on the dance floor. I'm like getting down.
Go ahead and just give me a 2d6 real quick and give me a coordination check, dexterity check. Scratch that, make it carouse.
Oh, a cruise would make it a 9.
So Luca looks over and Frank has like a whole group of girls like just sinking with him. And he's
like grinding.
Yeah, he's just like getting down. And you know, you guys are probably pretty happy with the way this has turned out so far.
That guy can dance.
So
I am getting it.
Since Frank is getting down like that, I am going to say that's absolutely a success, and you're establishing attention. But you're probably not doing a ton of talking on the dance floor, are you?
No, except I'm yelling, "Hi, my name is Frank!" And that's it. That's all I'm getting through.
Yeah. But you rolled successfully, so that shit is working.
Excellent.
All right, Thodubs. Aiden is just watched, like, I don't know how Aiden's character is, but I'm guessing that he's sitting here going, it's my first day as captain. It's my first fucking day as captain.
and already the natives are restless, you know, so... Yep. Nope. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on both of them at the same time. Kind of at least keep a loose eye, just so I can see if they get in any trouble or anything like that, or need any help. Kind of head off to the bar looking for a drink.
Okay. So are you trying to like find a place to observe the room?
I would like to observe the room. I want to kind of check out the atmosphere. I want to actually take a look at my exits. I want to know where I'm at, and that kind of thing.
Okay, I want 2 rolls from you, a perception and a tactics roll, because you mentioned exit specifically, and it's a really good thing to know that if hypothetically a bar fight were to break out, what the lay of the land is. And I'm glad one of you thought of it.
Okay, so which one am I rolling first then?
You can. They're not linked to each other, so you can roll either one in any order. You just let me know which one's which.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this under your hands so you see what I'm doing.
You talking to me or?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not enough.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, rolled a 9 for tactics.
Okay, that's good. So you're scoping out the exits. You've got a pretty good idea on where the emergency hatches are. You also make a note that one of the emergency hatches that used to be an escape pod looks like it now just vents straight to space, so you make a mental note not to jump out that exit.
Yep, definitely not a good one to go to. Alright, that was the other roll I need to do?
Perception.
Perception.
Arguably the more important of the two.
I rolled an 8 for perception. And let me see, actually, it was a 9. Perception was including a couple things too. I'm trying to. I had it on my old sheet.
Every check you do is a skill plus characteristics. Perception is rolling recon plus intelligence.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Tactics, you roll education, and you roll tactics.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
You rolled a 9 total. Is that what it was?
I rolled an 8, and I'm looking at my stuff here. So education. So, but you got a 9. I'm over 8.
Okay. Well, how much over 8 is important. So a 9 would get you to the point where you will notice that there are a group of people that are in one of the back booths. And one of the people who was in that back booth is smoking a cigarette and watching Luca very intently. And we're back to Kizik. Luca, you've got the admiration of a very pretty young woman.
So you say that there's places to fly around here?
Oh yeah, people come and go. You said you've got a ship and dock. What kind of ship do you have? Are you you say you're interested in doing some racing. What kind of ship are you gonna race with?
I just got a little shuttle. It's got some wings on it, though. It handles real good in atmosphere.
Well, they do have some in-atmosphere races, but that's not the big one coming up.
Oh, there's a big one?
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted the deets, you have to get yourself put on the list.
Man, what do you gotta do to get on that list?
You got to talk to the right people, and I could probably help you get talking to the right people if maybe you could help me with something.
Oh, I thought you were the right people. But yeah, no, let's what do you need help with?
So go ahead and roll a cruise real quick. Let's see how well this is going to go. That's social plus cruise, by the way.
That's a 6.
So she's going to be like, for 1,000 credits plus luxury accommodations to the next world, I could maybe give you the name. And of course, I'd be very grateful.
No 1,000 credits. Whew, you drive a real tough bargain. But those are introduction fees, right?
Hell yeah, I mean, it's valuable information, especially if you're going to go win a race. And, 1,000 credits to start a new life on another world isn't that much.
Yeah. Just a second. And you need that right now? Or
You're going to have a really hard time doing anything physical because at this point, she's like aggressively pushing you back on the table. Girl knows what she wants, and she's found her target. And from your cruise score, I don't think you're handling it particularly well.
You want the money right now before this? Oh, you're just climbing up on the table. Oh, okay. Yep. Whatever. That feels good. Stop. Wait. Did you see that guy who's got a fully formed air rifle out on the dance floor with? Oh no. Okay.
So Ghost,
whatever money she wants.
Ghost, you how intense of the recreation are you getting into?
I'm feeling the music. I'm seeing the lights. I'm having a real strange but pleasant experience.
Are we in the realm of legality or beyond it?
Oh, I'm still legal.
Okay. Well then, yeah, you don't have to roll or anything. You are just enjoying the situation to its fullest.
Yeah, I've got maybe glow sticks, and these girls around me are they're helping me move through this trip, and it's a very pleasant experience. Yeah.
So, give me your Caru's score. And then give me a perception.
All right. Well, my cruise score is 0, but my roll is not 6. Oh boy.
Would you like to burn 2 points of luck?
Yes, I will.
That's good. Okay, so
I feel a fart coming on, but Frank holds it in.
Well, as you're doing your Kegel exercises to hold that shit in, no pun intended, maybe pun a little bit intended. You feel that just narrowly missed attempt to slip your wallet out.
Oh, so I feel a hand on my butt.
Yeah.
But then it's not a pleasant thing.
Yeah.
Can I catch the wrist? I just feel it?
Give me a dexterity. I'll let you take an attempt at it.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna crush that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you catch the wrist of the girl. It's one of the girls you're dancing with. She meets your gaze, and she immediately, like a split second, as soon as you grab her wrist, like her whole attitude changes, and she says, "Let go or I'll scream."
I'll let her go.
And she gives you a little nod, and she just disappears off into the floor. And now you're only dancing with one girl.
I turn to her and I tell her, I'm getting a little sweaty. I'm going to go hang out with my buddy. Thanks for the dance. And I'm going to move off to the dance floor and go back to Luca.
Okay. Well, you're going to turn and start heading towards Luca and see he's basically, he's just about getting raped. This girl has climbed up on top of him because he sat on the table and is in his lap. And she's working her hands under his jacket, and considering the experience you just had.
Yeah, I'm going to cross closer, like faster. I'm going to close the distance. Be like, Luca, hey, buddy, you got your wallet on you?
And then, Dubs, we're going to move to you as all that's going down.
So I can kind of notice what's going on, but since I'm at a distance and since we've got our neurocomms, I'm going to kind of send out a signal to them so that they can hear what's going on, or I can communicate to them. Kind of wanted to let them know that I'm watching. Everything looks pretty interesting, but we have a guy off in the far distance that has actually noticed Luca and is actually giving him the eye. And that might be somebody we need to go talk to.
That's a very long message in a very short amount of time. So I'm going to let you do it, but them comprehending it while dealing with other things. So basically you sent the message. Whether or not they check the message is up to them. I will tell you guys receiving the message, because that's all Aiden was doing, he's not going to have a detriment. But to you guys, it'll be a negative DM to do anything if you want to read that message while you're doing this. Is there anything else you want to do other than send that message?
I'm going to send the message, but I still want to keep my eye on the guy that's noticed Luca.
Okay.
And I want to see if there's anybody else going on that, see if there's any type of signals or communication, or if he's with other guys or a group of people that are making any type of movements towards Luca.
Nobody's making any movements towards him, but you did establish in the first turn that he's with a group of people who are in a private booth. And while you're watching, in this 6 seconds, he would do nothing but smoke cigarettes and watch with some degree of entertainment what's happening to Luca.
Okay. Gotcha. Me too.
All right, Kizik. You say you give this girl whatever money she wants. Do you actually cough up? Do you have 1,000 credits to just cough up and give her?
I have 600 pieces of gold on me, but I have a bunch of new home currency. I would have to, as she's...
New home currency?
No, I haven't changed the thing. I have just... I guess it would be Elise currency. I haven't updated my token with the thing.
I didn't know that you guys had gotten Elise currency yet.
I unloaded the ship with all of the stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. So yes, you definitely want to update that. So you have access. That's the ship's funds, but you have access to it on your card.
You dirty bastard.
Yeah, but
it's not like she's got a card reader, between her butt cheeks. So
You don't know. There's all sorts of things going on.
that's true. With you guys have neural comms, she could totally
Right? Yeah. She looks at the card, memorizes it forever.
Yep.
Get her getting too close to you and rub it on you could make a transaction happen.
Oh yeah, she's got NFC.
Okay. She's like nibbling on your earlobe, being like, "Let's get out of here."
You're gonna introduce me to those people first, right?
Yeah, but don't you wanna do other things first?
Oh, right. You make a solid point. Is there a private room here?
So she climbs off you and starts dragging you towards one of the corner of the bar, and just out of the corner of your eye, you're gonna catch Frank as he's coming up towards you.
Buddy, don't do that.
But she says
She has space herpes or space syphilis or... Look, I want you to think about this very carefully.
This is over neural comms.
Yes.
Okay. I was very kind there.
Yes, you were. I was about to get slapped.
Oh, yeah.
So I hear, like, hey, she's got space herpes as I'm still following her.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, catch up with you, and then I'm like, you hear my voice in your head. She's got space syphilis. I'm just trying to stop you for a second. Think, boy.
Just watch the booth. Make sure nobody else takes her stuff.
She's taking your stuff. Stop.
She's giving me some stuff back.
Okay, look, I'm all for women making a living this way. And if that's what you want to do and spend your money on it, that's fine. But don't spend the ship money on it. And don't stick your dick in anything. As my father used to say, don't stick your dick in crazy. Weird relationship. All right, Aiden, we got to give him 15, maybe 30 seconds.
If that, right?
All right. Really quickly, we're already back to Thodubs. Thodubs, the guy who was smoking his cigarette, has finished smoking his cigarette. He has noticed Frank, and he also rolled boxcars, so he's noticed that you're watching him and that you're watching Frank, and you guys locked eyes for like a solid second. He knows you're watching him. What do you do?
I'm gonna stand up and walk over towards Frank, kind of grab his arm and kind of whisper in his ear and tell him, "Hey, look, we've got company. We've got a watcher."
Is the guy still looking at us?
He is. He's off in that back corner. I just want to let you know he's kind of made the fact that all three of us are kind of together.
Good.
But he started
Let's walk over there.
Out Luca for a bit. So yeah, let's go look. Give us something to do while Luca's busy.
So you walk up to the guy who's just now finished his cigarette?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's over here in a private booth, but there's other people in the booth, right?
Yeah, you can see the feet of the people underneath the curtain. She can't actually see into the booth yet. He's just standing outside of it. He's wearing a crimson suit. It's hot as hell in here, all right? And this guy's wearing a full double-breasted suit, or the space equivalent of it. And he doesn't even look like he's breaking a sweat.
Crimson.
Yeah. It is the color of blood on the buttons, and the tie.
This is not Josh Powers, right?
I don't know who Josh Powers is.
Carnage, the pilot of the shuttle.
No, it is. It is not.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
All right.
Josh Howard is his name, by the way.
Oh, Howard. I thought it was Powers.
Bring his token back for a second.
My bad. I wrote it down on my notes wrong. Okay. Dude in red. I fucking us. Sorry, you're hearing my neural link. I gotta shut that off. I'm gonna walk over to him, and I'm gonna say,
See, that's how you do concise notes, though, Dubs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I got notes on how good those notes were.
Share visual coming in. Import.
very high right now. That's actually just the inner monologue of a stoned person.
Let me ask a question here before we go to anything else. Are we already standing in front of this guy, or are we walking that way?
Let's walk. Yeah, we're walking. We're walking right now.
I'm gonna grab your arm and say, "Okay, look, let's ask somebody at the bar and find out if we can figure out who that guy is before we go storming the gates."
We could just go over there and talk to him all friendly like.
I don't know. We can. I just a little concerned since he's already noticed us. He's already kind of, like you said, eye humping us. I want to kind of find out what we're getting into first. Just a little bit.
All right, Cap. I'm gonna stop.
Okay,
and
so
then, yeah,
we're gonna head over to the bar real quick and just ask for another drink real fast. And I'm gonna ask the bartender, "Hey, that guy over there? He's looking." That guy in the snazzy suit, I know it's pretty hot in here. He looks pretty cool and calm and collective. Who is that guy?
So the bartender says, "I sell drinks, not information. Enjoy your beverage."
Well then,
Can I drink your drink?
I guess you can drink my drink.
Oh.
You get the distinct impression from his body language and the body language of the people around you that you've just committed like a horrendous faux pas. Like that you are on the brink of being kicked out of the establishment.
Okay, so this guy's pretty important. So
I don't know how good your body language sensing should be, and I should have you roll for it, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, it doesn't matter who you asked about. You have committed you don't walk into an establishment of an outlaw nature like this and start asking questions about individuals in the room.
Copy that.
And I feel like your character might have enough street savvy to know that.
It's also a spy. I think you would know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I messed up.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. It was worth a shot.
All right, Frank, let's do it.
Okay. I'll lead you now. I'll grab you by the arm, and I'll be like, all right, let's go over and just try to chat all nice like.
Okay,
we'll go back there.
Real quick, since you guys went over to the bar and you didn't go straight there, I'm going to give Luca an opportunity to roll
Fair.
Carouse.
Been 15 seconds.
Carouse, not endurance.
It's Carouse.
You haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 1 is a 9.
Okay, well, she locked the door when she got you in there. You're gonna get places. We'll do endurance next time. So, Ghost. Frank has got Captain Aiden in tow, and you roll up to the guy in the crimson suit.
I really want to be rude, but I'm like, Frank is not rude. But God damn it. If David was here. All right, so I'm going to walk up, hold out my hand, and say, I'm Frank Knowles. This is my captain, Aiden. Couldn't help but notice your snazzy suit. Was wondering if you got it tailored here, or like is it a local job?
He shakes your hand. He said, "My name's Vincent, and I can give you the name of my tailor on New Home that provided the suit if you're ever out that way. They do great work."
Oh yes, I'd love to actually get to New Home. I haven't been there yet. Vincent, you you were looking at the three of us, and I couldn't help but notice. Do you know one of my compatriots over there? That man that was talking to the lady up on the table? They were kind of doing nasty shit.
I don't know you or your compatriots. I've seen you on TV, but I don't know you.
Gotcha.
With all that said, you know, when someone walks into this establishment that's new, I always take notice. It's part of my job is to observe things.
As part of your job?
Yeah. I keep an eye out for talent, for threats, for opportunities.
You work like with a group or by yourself?
Oh, and my other job duty, I can keep a secret.
I see. Okay, I got you. All right, Vincent. Well, thanks for letting me know about your tailor on New Home.
Just out of curiosity, gentlemen, I did see your exploits on the planet below. You're not associated with any form of law enforcement, are you? You don't actually even have to answer the question, but if you are, I'll give you a bit of advice. You don't want to be here if you are.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, well, shit. It's kind of like one of those things. If you ask a cop if he's a cop, will he answer if he's a cop or not? Like, it's just all kind of ridiculousness. But I can assure you, that's not the case. We're actually pretty far from it. We're trying to find a race. See, we're out for a couple more weeks maybe, and my pilot's really itching to get some speed, you know. And if he doesn't get some, he's going to end up getting some space syphilis or some cocaine or something like that. And I can't really have him get back to drinking full time. So I was just looking for, you know, a nice legal race. Get it under his belt and get it out of his system, you know?
Interesting. To watch or to participate?
Oh, he's got to fly. We actually have a really cool shuttle that he wants to get behind the wheel of, so something like that.
Are you speaking as his agent, or should I go get someone to drag him out of the booth with Liza?
Oh, I'll go get him because he can speak for himself. But you know, Captain Aiden here, he's in charge. So we just got a pilot, right, Aiden? He's really good.
That's right. We're definitely looking for some form of entertainment. And I noticed that you mentioned that you said you usually are over here, you know, kind of looking for, you know, threats and talents and stuff like that. Do you mind what kind of talents are you looking for?
Well, right now I'm looking for a shuttle pilot.
Oh well,
that's great.
That's a pretty good idea there. That's you know, our boy that you were kind of looking at, where he's in the room right now. He's actually one of the best, and we're looking to get him some time to, again, like Frank was saying, kind of give him some time to get out some energy, if you say.
Yeah, I don't really care why the pilot wants to fly.
He's good though.
Also, every pilot says they're the best, but it's a good sign.
Says that. I fly with the guy, and I say he's the best. How many people do you hear saying? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, I think that you kind of sees that, you know, he told us that you've seen us on television, you've seen us in the news and stuff like that. I think you can kind of get an idea for the fact that it's, you know, the reputation kind of precedes itself a little bit there.
All right, well, when your friend's done in there, bring him by.
Yeah, I don't want to go kick the door in. That'd be rude.
Hey, Kizik, go ahead and roll that endurance.
Oh, it's a 9. -1, it's a 8.
Okay. Are you willing to offer her passage to whatever system you go to next?
Oh yeah, I'm smitten.
Okay. she takes, like, she gets you to set her up with a berth on the ship. After she has left you more or less unable to walk. And she strides out that door like nothing happened on her way to go check out her berth on the ship. You are also 600 credits lighter in gold coin.
She found him in my socks.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't even see her take them. With that said, your credit cards are all still there.
I think she would have found him no matter what there, my friend.
I mean, she found the credit cards too, but you're giving her a berth, so like, she's only going to rob you but so much. Okay, so you're going to have to stumble your way out of this booth, this private booth that she just had you in. And walking is an interesting task, and the room's very hoppy. You've had a couple of drinks.
I'm sweating. I'm putting my socks back on. I'm feeling around for my gold. It's not in my boot where I thought it was. Oh man, did she? No. I can find my credit card to pull up my credit card balance. No, that's okay. Room's still spinning a little bit. I open the door. I stick my head out and I look around and I don't see Aiden and Frank just immediately staring at me.
You might see them just immediately staring at you. It's up to them.
Oh yes, I am definitely staring his direction.
Yeah, we're across the room, but we're looking at your portal doorway that you're opening.
We're trying to check out what kind of condition he is as he, basically comes out from his hidey hole.
Yeah, so I poke my head back in. I take a deep breath. All right, and then I try to walk out like real big and proud.
Frank looks at his watch.
Approximately 9 minutes have passed.
It's average. Well, I'm going to wait for you to stumble across the floor because I'm not going to yell at you.
Yeah, I was going to say I walked proudly up, but I rolled a 3 on my look cool walk, and I definitely don't. My hair's messed up. My shirt's on backwards.
You keep smelling your hand.
And inside out, tags sitting out there in front.
I make it up to you guys, and I look at my thumb, and I say, does that smell like syphilis to you?
We all smack his hand away. What the friggin' hell?
You got the space herpaderp now, boy.
Oh man, I was trying to drink water.
Oh man, she was supposed to introduce me to the guys.
Introduce you to whose guys?
She's got the contacts. She knows about the big race coming up.
This guy here in the red suit behind us, he wanted to get to know you. He said he was interested in a pilot. I figured you might want to talk to him. His name is Vincent, and he's got a very nice tailor on New Home that I should go see.
You haven't been to New Home?
No.
All right, then. They got a killer upper... Oh, man. That's where we got all of the stuff we sold here.
I would like to go, yes. Aiden told me that you have been, and I was very jealous.
I kind of walk up to Taylor and kind of fix his jacket and stuff and kind of, brush some stuff off him or whatever and try to get him all presentable to talk to Vincent.
I mean, I'm a pilot. I don't need to look all that fancy.
Trust me, dude, you need some help right now. Whatever happened in there, trust me, it was not... Anyway, yes, please, talk to Vincent.
Yes, it's pleasurable. What kind of drink does Vincent have? Oh, you guys got any pocket cash?
Hand him the tenner. I don't have a lot of money.
I got some cash for you, but
neither does Luca anymore.
I got some cash for you, but I'm definitely going to hold on to it in the meantime.
Hey, wait. This guy, He looks like he's got it covered. Just go up there and give him a handshake and say your name is Luca.
He's gonna give him a drink and a handshake, and we're gonna be buddies.
He could be buddies, or you can be working for the guy. And I think he would rather you be employee.
All right then. Yeah. Pilots show up drinking, right?
Oh God.
No. Okay. Here's your dinner back. And I'll walk over to Vincent.
Okay. So you walk up to the Vincent, who's still standing outside the booth. He's been watching you the whole time. And as you walk up, imagine you say something like, "Hi, I'm Luca," and he just opens the curtain and points inside the booth. You just step in.
I step in and sit down.
You sit down at the booth. There are two gentlemen in clean-cut suits, just like Vincent's. Vincent closes the curtain. Sitting in between the two gentlemen is a lady with shock white hair. She definitely looks like she's older, but not old. And she has that air of authority that tells you she's in charge. And she's like, "You are Luca, you're a pilot. Your captain said they have some sort of fast shuttle that you have and that you want to participate in the upcoming race. Is that true?"
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So normally, we would require to get to know you a little bit better before the start of the race. But one of our pilots has had an unfortunate incident, and we are short for his slot in the race. And it's throwing the betting odds all out of whack. So we're going to go out on a limb here and offer you a position in the racing starting lineup. Normally, this would also come with a entry fee, but seeing as how you've already met Liza, I'm betting you can't cover an entry fee. She gives you a knowing look.
Thank you, ma'am. What kind of race are we doing? Shuttle racing through abandoned hangars? Are we doing some chopper racing? Oh man, please tell me it's chopper racing.
So it's going to be a shuttle race. The course goes through the old battlefield at the edge of the system, and then loops coming through the storage container yards. Storage container yards is also where the finish line is, and it is worth noting that this activity is both illegal and those container yards are active and patrolled. If you wreck out there or get caught by the authorities, you're on your own. You will be expected not to mention anything about anyone in this organization.
Is this like the gumball?
The gumball?
Yeah, sorry, it's a car race from like New York to LA. They go as like fast as they possibly can, but they break speed limits, of course. They get pulled over all the time. Cannonball run. Yeah.
Oh, cannonball. Okay, yeah. It's kind of like that, but it's like you're like, oh my god, it's such a long distance. But I mean, through a battlefield and back at the edge of the system is. I'm gonna
like from New York to LA.
No, it's like from Virginia to New York.
Oh, okay.
So gotcha. It's a distance of enough margin that it's significant, but it's not like it is not a multi-day trip by any stretch of the imagination.
I get you.
It might take a day.
Right. Okay.
And the cannonball run only slightly illegal. Some of the stuff they're doing can kill you.
Ah.
So very illegal. And yeah, so she's like, so if you're in, I'll give you I'll take your comm code and I will give you a heads up when the race is about to start, and I'll give you a set of coordinates that you'll need to be able to get to. As long as you're here on the station, you'll be able to get there on time.
Oh, is there any rules at all? Just go there fast. Blasters are okay.
We discourage any type of killing amongst the competitors. However, it is not strictly against our rules. You may find that the local authorities will pursue you if you attempt to do so. I would encourage you to be prepared for that eventuality, but not to be the initiator of it.
And who am I racing?
She looks at you and is like, it's an illegal race. You don't actually expect me to answer that question. I can't believe you even asked. I won't tell you their names, just like I'm not going to tell them your name.
Yeah, but like Red Rocket or the Scarlet Flash. You got nothing?
She looks very annoyed.
All right, well, I don't know you. You're going to send me a thing. I'm a race. How do I collect when I win?
We will have your prize at the finish line.
I could not be more excited. Thank you for the chance.
She gives you a little hand wave to exit the private booth.
All right, we're in. Come on, boys.
I make it back and I go, all right, guys, we're in. Come on.
That's what I said. All right. Good job, team.
Yeah.
How long do you think we're going to wait? You think I can have another drink?
I mean, you only got a tenner. Oh, I should have got a drink while I was in there.
Who was it? Who did we see? Did you broadcast anything to us, or we just heard it?
I think you just heard it.
Okay.
Because you had a previous visual thing for when I was locked in a room. You all said deny, deny, deny. Like so many times.
I would very much like it. Like, we're gonna have to establish rules up front. If you're gonna use that mechanism like that, you need to call ahead of time when you're doing it.
Then I did nothing. I just walk out of the room and say, I got you guys.
It's a new RP mechanism we're not used to you guys having, so we're definitely going to have to work on how you have to use it. And I think that you're going to need to say, I'm broadcasting blah, and then the other person's going to have to say they accepted it.
All right. No retconning.
Sounds good.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? You definitely would have gotten the impression, because I don't know that Kizik as a player has understood this, but it's not going to be immediate that you're going to get this call. It's going to be sometime in the next few days that you're going to get this call.
Well, sounds like we got a good contact. Sounds like everything's made. So let's get some more drinks and let loose.
Can you kind of explain to the captain exactly what's going on with that girl Liza and her coming aboard?
Yeah, it's coming aboard. What is going on?
She wants off of this planet. Whichever place we stop next, she'll get off there. And she's got 600 pieces of my gold.
That's called theft.
That's called money well spent.
Okay,
Also,
that would
I gotta
explain
go
why
talk
you
to
don't
her.
have any money right now, right?
I don't have any money physically on my persons right now.
Okay. All right. So she's going to be getting off on the next drop-off place, wherever that is, right?
You guys may have glossed over a problem, and I blame Ghost, because he immediately saw the problem, tried to address it. Now I think you guys think it just magically is going to get solved. Can you guys guess what that is? Okay, so it's actually a really good bit of foresight on Ghost's part. You guys don't have a racing shuttle. And he did immediately ask Stacy about it. But it is not a hand wave fixed thing. You guys need to be concerned about the fact that you don't have a shuttle, or what condition the shuttle is going to be in, because she did say, like, that's why, like,
I'm sorry, because I thought Lady Whitehair told Luca that she has a shuttle and a position.
No,
but you're just talking about a position in the race, shuttle.
She's just giving you acceptance in the race.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got confused on that too, because
I thought she was like, "Here's a shuttle."
And truthfully,
they had a pilot that had some kind of unfortunate circumstances happen to him. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
the unfortunate circumstances where the shuttle blew up.
Okay.
That
That
didn't,
makes sense.
okay, that was the part
You,
that missed.
you guys didn't actually ask that question, but yeah, that's
We weren't there.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's a big problem that you guys don't have sorted. But also, the very first thing she said, I don't know why you would have the impression she had a shuttle, because the very first thing she said was, your captain said you have a shuttle, because Aiden said, oh, we have a really fast shuttle, which I totally wrote down. And you should be careful about saying things like that, because you don't have a very fast shuttle, and now you've told this racing organizer that you do.
I don't remember saying that at all, but okay.
I think I said it. I was talking to the Crimson dude, Vincent, and I was like, I've got a pilot and a really fast shuttle. We're just trying to look for a race.
I was trying to cover for you, Frank, but yeah, I was like, I don't remember saying that.
It was definitely me. Regardless, Stacy said that we could try to get a shuttle through her or maybe the Valentine agency. I don't know.
She did say that, but she's also like, it's not a guaranteed thing. Like, I'm
right.
I'm worried that you guys are like, oh, this is just taken care of, and it's a big part of this. Like,
No, you're definitely right. I was under the impression that white-haired lady had a shuttle. That was my mistake.
With that being said, I think that what we need to do is actually get ourselves in a location where we can actually contact Stacy, let her know our situation, let her know what has happened, let her know that we have a place in the race and that we are in need of a shuttle.
All right, Captain. Sounds like you need to do all that.
Okay, so I am actually going to go and find a somewhat private location where I can actually have a conversation.
there is no place in this bar that you were going to
leave the bar.
Yeah, like,
leave the bar. Okay.
Lucas probably even realized that like he wasn't alone in that booth, at least as alone as he thought he was, and he's probably on the internet by now. Like,
oh gosh, they had video of the whole thing. Oh dear.
He's proud of himself. He did good.
And until he sees the video, because he was so drunk he doesn't remember.
So you guys take the tram back, get back to the civilized parts of the station. So where do you go? You guys have rooms at the hotel. You've got a ship docked in one of the repair bays.
I would like to take a trip back to the ship and actually see status and see how things are going.
Okay, you realize you're just the acting captain, right?
Does that not give me the desire to find out how progress is actually going?
Not at all. You can absolutely go do that. I just want you to know that like you're not going to be able to like make any changes.
Okay. Well, as an acting captain, I will not do that. I will go back and sit in my hotel room and call Stacy.
Okay. I wasn't saying you couldn't do it. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of you being like, I want to inspect 50 things on the ship when we have less than 30 minutes left. And that's not going to progress the story at all.
That wasn't the plan, but okay.
So you go back to your hotel room and you call Stacy. Are you alone or did the whole group go?
I'll go with him.
Okay.
I'll pull Luca with me. Come on. You can tell me. Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me all about it.
So
is on the ship.
Mostly sober. Well, that's actually what another thing I was concerned about if you guys went to the ship.
Get the fuck out.
So, all right. So that's a 10. Okay. So you guys do get a hold of Stacy. It's an audio only connection, and she's like, "Gentlemen, that's quick. What'd you find out?"
Well, we actually do. We have secured a place in the race for Luca. So Luca is actually a pilot in the race.
Excellent. When's the race? Where is the race?
It is at a location that will be disclosed to us a little later.
We're going around an old battlefield and then looping a storage container yard, like an active one. That'll help you narrow it down. Yeah,
that helps a lot. Storage container, that's valuable information. Good looking out.
There is, however, one catch. We are in need of a shuttle.
Yeah, I was really hoping to avoid you guys actually having to race the race. These outlaw races can be very dangerous. But I'll see what I can do. Do you have preference on size of ship? Most of the shuttle races are done in modified shuttles or heavy fighters. some people take light fighters or custom built amalgamations. I can't do anything custom built right now, but I might be able to procure a racing shuttle or a fighter.
Ultimately, we're gonna need something that looks the part.
Fast. We need fast.
Yeah, we need speed. Racing shuttle, please.
All right. I think I can pull a few strings. Let me see what I can do. Okay. And then she's going to terminate the call. You guys are going to have about a 24-hour period where you're actually not going to hear from anyone. You're just going to be like kind of hanging by the phone waiting. And then Stacy's going to call and give you... She's just going to send you a text message and say, I found you a shuttle. It is a loan. I need it back in one piece. Also, it's not particularly well armed. Actually, it might not be armed at all. Yeah, there's no weapons on this thing. So it's unarmed, so you're going to have to be very, very careful with the other pilots. And she gives you a landing pad number. One of the shuttle pads. There are hundreds of different shuttle pads on this platform. There's so many of them that they're not marked on this map. You guys take the tram to it and find an actual racing shuttle. Frank is not from Petri, is he?
Petrarch, yeah.
Okay. This shuttle was actually manufactured on this homeworld.
Oh, no shit.
If this is the... Like, it'll actually tell you where it was built.
Yeah, let me read it.
I probably don't need the club music anymore.
Nah, this isn't my home planet.
Okay. I was just curious because your party members had been to the world where this was made, and you even made an escape in one of these. This was the world where, like, you found the village and the husks where it had taken over.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right, so you guys walk into the shuttle bay, and here is the shuttle. What do you guys want to do? You want to have a look over it, you know?
Yeah, Luke is immediately sitting in the cockpit, like adjusting the seat so that it's as comfortable as possible. And then he kind of listens for his brother to say, I mean, it looks pretty good, but then he realizes that's not going to happen. And he takes a deep breath. And he goes, I guess I gotta give her a look over too. Then he gets out and he like tries to run back what his brother used to do, like looking through the engines, making sure there's no breaches in the hull, like the actual piloting things that he never had to do.
Okay. You can give me a mechanics roll for that. What about the other two? I mean, this is a proper piece of racing kit, down to having like sponsors on the side.
Right. I don't know a fucking thing about it, but it looks really fast.
We got a 3 + 2, 5. I'm real sad. Not doing the things that I think I should do.
Okay.
I'm going to walk over to Taylor and kind of elbow him and grab him close and say, just to let you know and to remind you, this is a loaner. We need to have it returned without a scratch, right?
I think there's a scratch right there.
No,
Also, they said it's real dangerous. Does this thing have any guns? No.
It has no guns, but you are an awesome pilot, right? So you're going to be able to return this back to Stacy, right? In one piece.
I'm gonna fly her. It's gonna be good.
You ever fly something like this before? Anything that's fast?
Was it?
I mean,
Was it the Boaz brothers that did that scenario where you guys escaped? I thought that was the Boaz brothers that made their escape in this thing.
If he's flown this thing before, that's even a better question from Frank.
I think Luca was there because he grabbed the wrong ride when he was in it for its first time.
I do think it was Luca, which means that you would have flown one of these before. Like one of these specific shuttles. It's not this very one, but you've flown one of these.
Oh, that would have been wild. What was this one?
Pulling away from a like entire town that was infected with husks. I might even say that as I'm sitting there, like trying to. Captain's like, "This is a loner. Please return it. It's finest things." I'm like, man, the last time I was flying one of these, I was running away from a crazy cult that put a bunch of cybernetics in their bodies and like turned into robot husks. It's wild.
That does sound wild. You're going to have to tell me all about that story. Metagame question. How am I going to help during this next race? Just real quick. Can I use navigation to help? Or will I use astrogation to help?
It's a great question because one of the first things you guys would notice about this shuttle is it's designed for 2 people.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Now, with that said,
Usually, like rally cars and stuff, your passenger seat is your navigator.
yep, that's what this is too. So if one of you has navigation as a skill, that would be the primary. Astrogation would be a secondary. Any type of piloting would be a tertiary. But having a mechanic on board, which Frank is not, could also be useful because you're going to be pushing this craft to its absolute limits. And if something goes wrong,
Well, Aiden can definitely fill the mechanic spot, not the navigation portion though.
well, there's only a pilot and there's only 2 seats. That's the point. So if you're going to be the guy who's sitting next to Luke as the pilot, who I'm assuming is default to the pilot, you're going to have to navigate, astrogate, and mechanic. Like you got to be able to do all of them, and none of you are going to have all the skills.
Nope.
So you're going to have to decide which is important. Also, you are the astrogator for the party, so you, if you have mechanic, have 2 of the skills.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, you've got 2 out of the 3, man. It's going to be you. I've got 0 out of 3.
Sounds good. Yep. I was just going through a tally, so. Sounds like I will be your second, Luca.
Yeah, so we need to get this ship. Does she have a name?
Race shuttle.
Generally, shuttles don't have names. If this one has one, it's not on the registry or anywhere where you can see it.
Well, it's got to have like a number or something like that for registration, right?
It's got a number.
All right, so when is the official race now?
You haven't
Still a while off?
You haven't gotten that call yet, but it's got to be close because it took a whole day for you to get the shuttle. I mean, a whole day. That's actually incredibly fast to dig up a piece like this. But
Right.
It may have already been in the system for this purpose, and maybe someone was just able to talk somebody out of it.
So another sanity check for everybody. Is there anything else that we need in order to prepare for this race? We've got the shuttle, we've got the contact, we've got a connection to actually be a part of the race. Anything else that we might need?
Well, we can prep and do some research on this old battlefield and maybe even the storage container yard. We could look it up and try to figure out what the best route is going to be and pre-plan this. You know, that's what race car drivers do. They actually go out and rehearse before they even get in the car, like all the turns and everything that they need to take.
You want to try to figure out the route and then fuel it up and then go on like a dry run?
Oh, if we can. I was thinking just like look it up on Google Earth and be like, all right, from here to here, we can actually go like around this way.
Well, I mean, I think that would be the first step. Is you got to figure out if you can figure out the route.
Right.
Yeah, we know the two different things. Like, I want to fly the ship just to get used to her handling, see how she does. I think we should also talk to Liza to see if she knows any of the other pilots or anything else. Like, she led me on to believe that the things are those, and that's why she's getting a ride out of here.
I think she's getting a ride out of here because you got a chance to ride her. I'm just gonna say it. I don't think you really got any information out of her, did you?
So she was going back to the ship first to like make sure that her information was good, and that's why she needed all of the money from my socks. It's like she's running down leads.
She fleeced you, buddy.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing. She had zero information, and you got fleeced.
There was a transaction that was made, and it was made. So
Also, my finger still smells really weird.
you keep that away from any of us. We don't want it anywhere near us.
Scammed and scabby. That's not a good thing.
You did find yourself a shower at the hotel, I think is what, and just need to start doing the crying game thing for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, really hot water.
We need to get some fuel in this ship, and we need to take her out.
All right. Can you fly this around without getting because in my brain, right, you're driving a race car around on the road, it's gonna draw some attention. So is there gonna be any unwanted attention by us taking this shuttle out before the race?
So
that's a really good question.
That is a really good question. It is legal for you to fly it out as long as you do all the proper ATC stuff and fly in and out of control properly. But you're right. As soon as you pull this thing out into traffic patterns, because there's very strict patterns coming in and out of the starport, you're going to be close enough to other ships that are going to be able to see it, or the shuttles are going to be able to see it, because shuttles are in a different lane. It's going to draw attention. Like, it's painted to draw attention. It's designed to draw attention. So people are going to see it, and that may... It's not the authorities that you should be worried about. It's the other racers who are going to get a close-up look at your ship.
Competition.
Yeah. And if you start exploring the track, realize that you've already been told that most of this track is off limits to civilian traffic.
Right. Can we do it digitally first? Can we plan it out and draw it?
Sure.
Okay, we'll get that done.
Well, let's talk about investigate roles then. You guys already kind of said the Google Earth thing, so imagine you're pulling up star charts and saying, all right, well, there's an old battlefield here, and there's a container yard here, and trying to, in your heads, put together a course. So, I think that that's an investigate. You're pulling multiple sources together, but I will accept other approaches if you guys want to make arguments for them.
All right, so here's my argument. I want to start by taking the fuel capacity of normal shuttle, like our race shuttle, and I'm going to first only look in the area that our fuel can go. I'm going to then pinpoint battlefields and container yards and look for how many that are close together. That should narrow down a lot of space.
That's a good idea. I'm just checking to see if one of your assumptions is correct. You can still give me your roll.
For an investigate. Oh, shit. All right, I have a -3 in investigate. So total, I got an 8.
Okay. That's a pass.
I have a 2 in investigate, 2 in intellect. I would have loved to have rolled that one.
Well, you can still roll your own investigation.
Right.
He's doing very specific, hey, I've got fuel range. Where could it be within the fuel range? He's narrowed it down.
Yeah. I'm now thinking of really cool turns that I would like to see in a race. I'm also realizing that this isn't a race, but it's an illegal race. So I'm now trying to think of the places that are less occupied by actual civilians, and I'm pulling all of that up on computers, which I love, and I'm trying to embed that into my optics so I can get that heads up display. And my investigate is 2 1s because fuck me.
Holy shit, bro.
So you went back to the ship to do that and ask Liza if she had any additional information. And she did talk to you about the celebrities that she knows might be in the race. Which gives you one of the questions you asked the ladies. Like, she's a groupie. She knows who the racers are. She does talk. The only thing of significance is that your target might be there, which you already knew. You then get distracted and don't do any progress towards the race. Towards finding the racetrack. Odubs, does Aiden help with this at all?
Oh, as far as the investigate, yes. I want to be able to get some information to find out more about this particular target. I want to find out if he's there. I want to know what kind of vehicle he's driving. I want to get as much information about him as I possibly can.
All right, so the other guys took it as an approach of, these are what I have and this is what I'm narrowing it down. You gave me a wish list. How are you going about getting the information on this wish list?
Oh, that's a good point, because it's not televised or anything like that.
I mean, it is illegally in other places, but it hasn't happened yet, so it's not going to be televised yet.
Fair enough.
He's been in other ones.
He has. One of the things that Stacy told you is that he's an expert at modifying and kludging together shuttles. And if you guys, without even rolling, if you start digging through known library files of these races, he's basically in a different ship every time.
All right, then.
Gotcha. So much for that. Okay.
And it does look like he picks up his ships in the system. He doesn't bring them with him.
So different ship each race in system. So he custom builds his ship probably for each race.
Or steals it, more than likely. Custom built takes a lot of time, effort, and money. It's a lot easier to just go boost a fighter and then make quick modifications for it, race it, and dump it.
Damn, we should go drive out as bait. He might attack us.
I was just thinking that too, yeah.
All right, well, that's a good thought, Catmaid. All right, so we've mapped out probable places and cool race patterns.
Yep, I mean,
turns and things.
Because from what you found, there are a number of places that meet the description. I can show you, if you guys are interested, what a container yard looks like. Because you know that there's a container yard within range. Let me just get the stuff off the map. So this is one of the container yards in orbit. It meets the parameters of being within the fuel range of one of the battlefields and within the fuel range of the shuttle of the high port. And what this basically is these gray bars are just scaffolding that are hung out. They're just holding these platforms together. It is a little rickety, but it is basically just a massive container yard.
I'm loving the POV fly-throughs I'm doing here. Okay, this is awesome.
Yeah, I imagine they are pretty damn cool.
Okay, anyway. Well, this is a potential spot for this shuttle race. Mr. Luca, how would you plot a course through here?
Hold on. Liza says that the one guy might be in the race. And
jeez, we already knew that. Liza said, Liza gave you syphilis, buddy. You gotta just drop it. I don't know that for a fact, and I'm being really mean, but I'm telling you, it's not a good idea to bring her on the ship.
We need to get you to a clinic, man. I think it's affecting your brain and, stuff.
As my father used to say, you never lay your meat, where you make your bread. You don't want to bring her back on the ship, man.
Are these turrets on the drive-through?
I'm far more concerned about the fact that Harold might be Frank's dad. Frank might be really bad character to have around.
Yeah, what are these turrets?
Oh shit. Okay, what's really interesting is not all of these things loaded back exactly where they were before. It's probably an artifact of me like raising and lowering so many different items. So some of these turrets are floating off the beams they're supposed to be standing on, like this one. Just ignore that. I don't know why it did that.
I guess it's supposed to be right there, yeah.
Yeah, so everything on this map is connected to a beam, even if it has slid slightly for reasons I don't understand that I'm going to blame One World for.
Yep.
So the turrets, that's a good question. I mean, are you guys just looking it up on the interwebs, or did you guys get in the shuttle and are actually going to do this test flight? Because you're going to get different information based on real world experience and interwebs.
Were you guys feeling froggy? Because I was still looking stuff up on the internet.
Yeah, I tried to make it to the internet, but then Liza saw me coming on board.
I think you're just going to need to jump behind the wheel of this thing and take it for a cruise.
Even though there's a lot of people looking for shuttles, a lot of like underworld people looking for shuttles, looking for any advantage in a thing. Like we could take just the shuttle that's on the ship.
Well, yeah, that's true. We could take the shuttle that's on the ship, or, I mean, we don't exactly. I mean, do we want to paint this thing?
It's not ours. It's a goddamn rental.
You just told me I couldn't scratch it, but we
Yeah.
can paint it.
You can
No,
scratch
scratch
it.
Oh,
I know you can
Jesus.
scratch it, but you know,
Yeah. Let's pay
making it
for a
look
nice
better.
vinyl wrap and just change it and do it.
There you
We
go.
could take our little shuttle, or maybe we get an Uber or something. We just putz around, but we could call up Enterprise. It's the rental agency.
Is this a no-fly zone? Is this a civilians aren't allowed in here?
So it is a no-fly zone, but you can get close enough to use your visual sensors to scan it. So, like, it's close. It's for obvious logistical reasons. This isn't that far from the high port, which means it's probably the finish line.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually close enough to the high port that you might even be able to just pull out of your parking spot, point your sensors at it, and see it, but that would cause trouble with air traffic control.
Can I want to roll another investigation? Where are we going to park after this when the heat is on? We need a getaway,
A little thing is going to come up and say, "Lose the cops."
right? And then we got to figure out how to
Where
get
the-
rid of
where's
fucking
the-
3 blinking stars.
Yeah, where the fuck is
Yeah.
the secret tunnel at?
Right? We need to find a secret tunnel, guys. I have this wisdom, this foresight.
All right, let's get in the regular shuttle and just go flying around.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. I'm with you.
This is the
Finish line.
finish line, so we're going to go past the finish line and look for escape routes.
Good.
Okay. So you guys get your regular shuttle. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You're just putzing along at thrust 1. And you spend some time flying through the area. So the first thing is you're going to look at this container yard. And you're going to notice that, the pictures of it, long-range sensors, all the internet things, the thing it doesn't really tell you is just how busy these container yards are. Like, yes, there are gun turrets, and there's little drones and shit moving stuff back and forth, but there's also guys in, like, EVA suits. Like, there's so many little bugs that could get splattered on your windshield that are people
Oh no.
coming through this zone, which is why it's illegal to race through them the way that you guys are. Well, one of the reasons it's illegal is it's really effing dangerous. Not just to the people you're going to splatter, but, like, that could totally come through the windshield of your shuttle.
What if you do like major structural damage to one of these pylons?
Yep. And these little turrets, you're not sure what kind of weapon turrets they are, but you're pretty sure that the smaller ones are probably to get rid of shuttles that are doing exactly what you're doing. The big one's probably more geared towards piracy, like a pirate ship rolling up and be like, I'm just going to fill my cargo hold. That's the big no you aren't cannon. Also, this tower is the only, like, strictly, like, this isn't a cargo container. This is, like, where the people operating the yard, that's where they operate from. And the berths over here are either dry docks for inactive ships or places for ships to onload or offload. So, the rest of these are just, they're standardized grav plating platforms. So, even though there's no gravity in the rest of it, on each of these little platforms, there's, like, a localized gravity net. So when the EVA people step on board, they're actually in gravity on the actual platform.
What is the length of time it would take at full thrust to make it through? You know, judging, dodging, and stuff like that. I'm going to ask the pilot this question. How long do you think it's going to take just to make it through this container facility?
I mean, thrust 3 is real fast, and this has thrust 12. I don't know if you can safely go through at thrust 1. Like, even putzing along. Like, that's a lot of things. But going super fast, like this, you not based upon me looking at this before I roll any piloting rolls or like actively know this. I don't know if you're slowing down and trying to go between the containers versus hoping that you kind of have an arc to go all the way through. But I can roll piloting and drastically change the scale of what I think this thing is.
We can watch other videos of this that have happened, right? Get on the dark web and find the videos.
You can find similar ones, not this one exactly, obviously.
Yeah, similar ones.
But similar ones. This is not a unknown thing. Right. This is actually, flying through the container yard, even though it's super illegal, is one of like the most watched things on, SpaceTube. Because
it's the lane splitting on a Jixer videos.
Yeah, it's that kind of. It's also the place where you get those horrific accidents,
right?
Or you get pulled by the cops. These turrets aren't for show. So that's where all the excitement comes in. That and the debris field, that the space debris field they mentioned is probably going to be some pretty interesting piloting because it's going to be a bunch of erratic moving pieces.
Yeah, Maiden, I'm glad you're going and not me.
I got a lot of faith in you there, Luke.
That's why you're the captain.
At least he's calling you by the right name now. Can we maybe, or can you guys maybe hide underneath this yacht when you're done?
Oh, you think we're coming in this way?
I'm just thinking of where you're going to end up. If any part of this is the finish line, is the shuttle small enough to hide, under a bigger ship? Let me ask that general question first.
So those two ships are 200 tonners, I believe. The shuttle's 50 tons. So the shuttle is 25% of the size of the ship.
So no. Hokey day.
You passed your piloting roll?
Yes. I rolled a 6. I've got a +1 plus E. Oh wow! I guess this would be an education, not dexterity. What would anything do?
Yeah, this would be an education.
That's an 8.
Okay. So you kind of hit the main gist of it on the head. Is that it doesn't matter how fast your ship goes because you can't go that fast in here. Even if you didn't care about running over people, you'd run into a piece of scaffolding or, a platform that's drifting or any number of things. Someone could drop their wrench, and if it's in the path of your shuttle and you hit it at thrust 3, it goes in one in and out the other. So it's it's not a place where you go that fast, and because of that, it's about 8 to 10 minutes from one side to the other if you just go straight through. You also, that's at breakneck speed for going through here. Most of the like tug craft that are handling cargo in here are moving at like thrust 0.2. So yeah, but it is like an insect hive, and that is a thing, that is a valuable piece of information that you didn't have before.
Okay. And we know the battlefield is within Virginia to New York distance.
Well, it's
Relative.
Yeah, you guys have an idea of basically where it is, and there's a couple of battlefields, but the battlefield I can already tell you is just floating debris.
Right.
And you guys would have been able to figure out enough to know that. With all of that said, your comlinks are going to buzz, or actually I should say Lucas' comlink is going to buzz, and you're going to get a message saying the race starts in 4 hours. And then it has a set of coordinates that is right outside the high port. It's in a non-controlled bit of airspace, but it's like within visual range of the high port.
Guys, we got 4 hours. We know finish line. We gotta keep on going afterwards, slow down, get out. And we should probably relay all this information to Miss Valentine. And
Which you will get to do next time on Traveler.
Non-traveler.
Bum bum bum.
Yep. I'm glad you guys are going to get back to like get in your racing ship, and the captain's going to be like, hey guys, what are you doing?
I'll take you, Captain. Don't you worry. Aiden and Luke are going to go for a little trip.
Yep.
We're going to watch them on TV. Let's go.
Uh-huh. We've got 4 hours in game time, and I'm hoping that questions you might want to take home with yourself as players is just because you're not in the shuttle doesn't mean you can't help.
I know, right?
Okay, that's item number one. Number two is Ghost, really on your game tonight on salient points. Secret tunnel. How are you going to ditch the cops?
Yeah, I'm going to maybe work on that, guys. So I'll try to get you guys a smoke screen or something, a distraction, something.
Anyway, how did everybody think of our abbreviated episode? I was kind of hoping we'd get to start the race tonight. But,
yeah, sorry for sandbagging a little bit.
No, I'm really thrilled with the way things went on the wild ride.
That was fun.
I thought you guys were going to be in there for 10 minutes.
Frank's having a great time.
Luca had a fun time too.
Yeah, you did.
Wasn't quite sure what was happening the whole time.
Oh,
She's still going to come up with good information, I promise.
Sure she is. Oh, I can tell you, the good news is you don't have space syphilis.
That's great news.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you that because I'm going to imagine that, like, as soon as Frank brought it up, the first thing Luca would do when we got back to the ship was go find the doc and be like, Doc,
Right.
Doc. No, it's important. Stop. Come here.
And as my father used to say,
Luca's looking down. Gary Worms, you need to work.
Oh, that's a valid point. You've got that too. That gives you a resistance to disease.
I think you may have given her Gary Worms.
ugh,
They don't work like that.
gave her your Gary Worm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yee.
I'm really happy with how this container yard came out. I'll probably reuse
This
map
looks
too.
great. This looks really good.
It illustrates the concept that I had in my mind, because to me, I'm just going to rant on this for just a second. This makes sense. Like, if you're storing and transporting stuff in space, you wouldn't spend a ton of money to like completely enclose it. You'd put something in like high orbit like this, where there's still enough gravity to make micro meteorites and shit fall to the planet, but not so much gravity that something like this couldn't just hang in orbit. And then this saves you all the fuel of running everything down to the planet, you know? And it's not stored on the space station, so it's not taking up valuable space. These big blocks are like actual like warehouse containers. Like you would open, you actually like dock with these and go inside them. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Hopefully we have a lot of fun racing through it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how you guys decide to deal with the problems that you know about and the problems that you don't.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yep. And for those on the stream, thank you very much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.